Welcome everyone. In this video we will focus on triangles. And I got a few photos of triangles. So as you can see, you can meet them everywhere. Okay, especially in buildings, old buildings. If you have a bridge, it's really common shape. When you have a roof, it's really popular now to build a house with a roof in the shape of triangle. Okay, so you can just go around and see when you can spot triangles. And then here you have different types of triangles, and today we'll try to classify them. Okay, so we will be looking at sides, are they the same or are they different, and angles. Okay, so what you can tell me about the angles? Do we have a triangle with right angle or obtuse angle, and so on. If you want to name a triangle, we need to name its vertices. Okay, so let's say this triangle A, B, and let's say C, and we need to use capital letters because the vertex is the point in here, and we name points using capital letters. Okay, so this is a triangle, so a little symbol for a triangle, A, B, C. Okay, we have few types of triangles, and they are usually divided into three types, and this is done by looking at the side length and size of the angles. So when you look at the first triangle, you can notice all three sides are exactly the same, and all three angles also are exactly the same. They have the same measurements, okay? And we can mark it. So if all the sides are the same, we put little lines on them, and then all the angles are the same, and all the angles are exactly 60 degrees each. And the name for this triangle is equilateral. Okay, it's because it has all the sides equal. That's the next type of the triangle, and it has only two sides equal, and then we can mark it using two lines, and then these two angles are equal as well. Okay, so we can put little dot in here and little dot in here. They equal, and the name for this triangle is isosceles. Okay, and in Greek, iso means the same, and skelos means leg, and it's exactly the same as human legs. Okay, and there's the last one in here. As you can notice, we don't have any sides the same, and we don't have any angles the same. So every side is different and every angle is different. Okay, and the name for it is Scalene Triangle. So make sure you have all the triangles into your copy and the names as well. And there we go. The next theorem you need to know, it's about the isosceles triangle. So if two angles are equal, then the triangle is isosceles. Or you can say, if an isosceles triangle, the angles opposite the equal sides are equal. So this angle is opposite to this side, and this angle is opposite to this side. Okay, so if we have the same sides, these two angles are also the same. And also we have another theorem, theorem number 4, and it's really important, and you will use it a lot. So you need to know it. So let's look at the first triangle, and as we said, it has three angles. They are exactly the same, and they have 60 degrees each. So the next theorem says the angles in a triangle add up to 180. Here it's easy to remember that it's 60 plus 60 plus 60 is 180. If that's 180, it has to be 180 in here, it has to be 180 in here, okay? It doesn't change. 180 degrees. And we're going to prove it in the next class. So don't worry about it, just bear it in mind, okay? And triangles can also have names that tell you what type of angle is inside. And here we go, 3 types. So first one, as you can see, all the angles are less than 90. So that's why this triangle is named acute triangle or acute angled triangle. Here we have a triangle which has a right angle in here, and then we can name it right triangle or right angled triangle. And the last triangle has an angle more than 90 degrees, so we name it obtuse triangle or obtuse angled triangle. We will learn about few theorems with right angled triangle. Okay, so it is really, really important that you know how does it look like. And it's really important that this side, so the opposite side to the right angle is called hypotenuse. Okay. So in here we have a table, and on the top, let's say this is a symbol of triangle. So on the top we have different types of triangles looking at their sides. So the first one is equilateral, and we know that all the sides are the same and all the angles have to be the same as well. Isosceles, just 2 sides the same and 2 angles the same. And the last one is scalene, and every single side is different, every single angle is different. And down here in the column we have acute angled, right angled and obtuse angled. And in here we try to draw the triangle who meets this criterion and this criterion, okay? So it has to have all the sides the same and all angles have to be acute, okay? And this one is really, really easy. So if all the sides are the same, this is the angle we need. This is the triangle we need, okay? So as you can see, all sides are equal and all angles are acute, okay? Let's try to draw the next triangle, okay? So it has to have right angle. So let's start with the angle first. And then, is it possible to get a triangle which has right angle and all the sides the same? So if this side is exactly the same as this one, will that be the same? No, it will be longer. So this triangle doesn't exist. Okay? And the same with obtuse angle. If we want to have obtuse angle, this side won't be the same, never ever. It has to be longer to meet these 2 points, okay? So it doesn't exist. Okay, let's look at the next triangle, which is isosceles triangle. So just 2 sides are the same. And first of all, it has to have all acute angles. Okay, so if we have 2 sides the same, okay, done. All angles are acute. Then we have right angle. So let's start with right angle. This side is exactly the same as this one. Right angle in here. Done. And the last one, obtuse angle. So the same, start with obtuse angle. This side the same as this one, and we just need to join them. Okay? Try to do the drawings into your copy using pen and pencil and ruler. Okay, so you need to make sure these sides are exactly the same length. And the last one is Scalene Triangle, and it's really easy. Every single side has to be different. And in first row we have acute angle. So okay, every single side is different. Right angle, the same. Start with right angle. Okay, every side different. And obtuse angle, start with obtuse angle. Okay, great. So if I ask you to draw isosceles right angle triangle, start with right angle, make sure all two sides are the same, and just join it. Okay. If I ask you to write down or draw Scalene Triangle, which is obtuse angle as well, start with obtuse angle and make sure every single side is different. Okay. And for homework, guys, what I want you to do is find 3 different triangles or object in shape of triangle in the real world. It might be in your house, it might be in your room, it might be outside. So take a photo, 3 different photos, 3 different triangles. So it might be right angle triangle or obtuse or acute. Doesn't matter which one. Take a photo, mark it, and bring it in tomorrow. See you.